Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? I heard a little something that some of y'all like graveyard decks. So you know what? We have one that we're featuring here today, and it actually plays some different cards that I think you might not have thought about. So let's go see what we're playing with today, and seeing if we can win some games with some graveyard shenanigans. And for starters, I want to point out, I've had this deck kind of sitting in my queue I've been messing with, but I actually saw a video from Philippa Corolla, who used to stream a lot, now does commentary and actually does some YouTube stuff. Really fun creator. Where she actually played this particular card that caught my attention, and it's Seed of Hope. I think this changes the deck quite a bit because Seed of Hope actually lets us put stuff in the graveyard and get stuff back. And the reason that's important, in addition to getting 2 life, is that it does allow us more triggers for Willow Geist. Willow Geist was always one of those cards that was part of this type of deck and just didn't get quite enough triggers to be useful, but that card could really help. Alongside all this, we're going to play Deeproot Wayfinder, which also can get stuff out of the graveyard and into play, so this works alongside the Willow Geist as well. Of course, putting stuff in the graveyard is big, so we can do that with Urborg Lorgoyf, which is really nice, and just get a really big pile of stuff to select from, because even if it's not a creature, could be a land we could put into play. Titania also wants lands in the graveyard. Now, I know you're probably looking at Wayfinder and saying that's a non-bow, but we can choose not to take lands out of the graveyard if we want to with the Wayfinder, and that is totally fine with Titania there. And we're going to try Rin and Realmbreaker. Rin and Realmbreaker actually lets us mill 3 cards, put stuff in the graveyard. We can put one of those back into our hand. So it's a way to also, sort of a way to draw cards in this deck. Not easily, but while doing so, also does fill up our graveyard. We're going to play some Undead Butler as well because, well, it mills and it can return important cards from our graveyard. Speaking of which, one of those important creatures we're going to play is Shieldred, the Apocalypse, because, well, it's Shieldred, doesn't really need an explanation here. And we're going to play Doomscar Warrior. I mostly only see this in green aggro decks. However, if we're able to get really big Lorgoyfs, or even just getting big Shieldreds, getting to punch through with a 5, 6, or even 8 power creature could be enough to really get us across the finish line with a bunch of trample damage and keep our hand stocked. One of the other fun cards here is Archpriest of Shadows. It lets you, same thing, get a backup for 1 and gives a creature Deathtouch. But on top of that, you also get to return a creature from a graveyard straight to the battlefield. So it's like really cool reanimation effect. And that's going to be the bulk of what we're playing. We're going to have some other removal, but those are the cards and the interactions we're going to be looking for today. If you want the full deck list, it will be at the end of the video like always, and we'll talk about what we learned from the games we play. If you want the deck list, down in the description, just look for the arrows. And this is where I have to ask, if you would be so kind, if you haven't yet, please hit the like button. It helps a lot. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of these crazy experiments. But otherwise, go watch you some games, have some fun, and I'll catch you on the back end of the video. Okay, what can we do here? Yeah, this seems fine. Like, not gangbusters or anything, but, you know, good enough. Willow Geist, card people don't get to see too often. Gonna be hanging around in Standard for an additional year now, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna attack with that Willow Geist, and we're gonna go ahead and just play this. Alright, let's see what the opponent wants to do. Gonna play a Harvester. Not a lot I can do about a Harvester, but if we attack, they block. Do we care greatly? Probably not. So, yeah, I'm into it. Cool, they are willing to block. Sounds good. Let's see what they have going on. Could just be another one, to be honest. Then we kind of have to draw something to get it out the way. But we'll see. Or did an opponent keep a 2-mana hand? No, there you go. Yeah, another Harvester. That's what I said. We were a little concerned that there would be one, but that's fine. Not a huge surprise. Looks like they might actually have a cut down there. And this does put us in a little bit of a situation. Because if we kill that, we don't get to use this on Shieldred. Alright. I'm a sucker. Just going for the greed play here. Alright. Let's see if they're just pausing so they can use those, or do they actually have a cut down? They don't have a cut down. Okay. That was kind of nice. Ooh, Junji. Dang. And we definitely don't have a land in our yard. Wow, this sucks. Whew. Alright, I'm just going to put that in the yard. I mean, we need to get to this other mana one way or the other. And if it works, then we get to play the Junji anyway. So it's not like it's the worst thing, right? Alright. Well, we don't get to play the Junji now. That's mostly fine, I guess. What are we gonna be looking to do here? Alright, why not? I'm gonna submit 0 here because I don't want to actually put, excuse me, put that land at risk. Because if there was a removal or something there, maybe there's some way that goes bad. And here it's kind of mostly fine. We could chump with one of the Willow guys. Opponent's chunking some land there to try to get ahead here. There is a Bank Buster. I mean, if you attack, I'm blocking. I mean, that's what we can do here. Alright, so we have nothing else in the yard we can get back, though we are getting to grow the Willow guys because the Trespasser's helping us do some work here. So now we get to block and we get to gain life from the Willow guys dying. Okay. Not bad. I mean, we can get a Willow Geist back now. It's just not as exciting with this Archpriest, unfortunately. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? I could have also tried to mill something into the yard to have a better target. So that's probably a bit of a misplay, if we're being honest. Alright, an opponent gives up. Oh boy. Yeah, let's keep. Why not? We'll give ourselves a chance to play this Deeproot Wayfinder on 2. No idea if it'll live. Probably won't. But you know what? We're going to try it anyway. Alright, hey, we did. We didn't get cut down. That's a start. Gotta look at the positives. Alright, Shieldred's Edict. That's fair, I suppose. Alright, we'll pass. Opponent does nothing, so I'm assuming they kept a handful of removal cards, because why else would you keep that? Alright, I guess we take an Argoth. That's not the most exciting thing. Alright, Shieldred. I'm going to assume you're not going to live here. But maybe we get lucky. Wow! Wow! Sure, we're keeping it. Go ahead and play this. Probably going to go get a forest. Because we already... this is actually kind of... yeah, I'm getting a forest. Mostly because we have this in hand and like... okay, we got another black mana anyway, so that's fine, I suppose. Ended up being of no consequence. Let's try to attack here. Opponent lets us connect, so we will get to ramp up here, which is pretty sweet. Willow Geist, I don't think you're really part of the plan right now, sadly. And then we'll return this, which lets us get another swamp. Which is super nice. You know what? It's tempting to go for this here. Even that's a reduced thing here. But my thought is, even if it gets countered, it clears the way so these are less likely to get countered. Which is kind of a big deal there. Which it did indeed get countered. So this is just mono blue? Alright. Weird games today. Ooh, okay. Sure. I think we can work with this. We'll get this in the yard now. Though, argument to be made that we could have maybe done Seed of Hope on 1, played Deeproot Wayfinder on 2, then if nothing was in the graveyard, go ahead and play the River Tears Outlook on 3. Would have been acceptable, I think. But we'll see. Maybe they're going to kill a deep root Wayfinder here. Because that would kind of make sense. Wow, you didn't kill it? Ooh. I'm just going to leave that on top, actually. Well, it's going to go in the graveyard anyway for our other dude. Yeah, well, sure. We're going to shuffle up the library, so it doesn't matter. Could have just put it in the graveyard if I wanted there to be another thing for our Lurgoyf, honestly. So it could have been a little bit of a misplay there. I at least could have guaranteed some amount of power toughness here. Especially since we missed. That's so bad. So bad. I can't even use our Archpriest right now because I got nothing good to go get out of the yard, which is just absolutely abysmal. But you know what we can do? We can at least do this. Put the counter here. Can attack with that. And just continue to ramp up here, I suppose. Alright. Yeah, might as well put that in the yard because we don't need that. Go get this. Sure, just another forest here, I guess. Now, we could end up trying to juice up the Lurgoyf here with Seeds of Hope, so we'll see what happens. Glissa. Sure, we can double block and kill that? Is that even what we're in the market for? Yeah, sure. Because if it's in the yard, I can get it back anyway and then just try to do some shenanigans. Alright. Ew, well that's something. Doesn't really matter when there's a Glissa in the way, though. So let's just do this. Ooh. We don't have enough lands in the yard, really, to take advantage of this Titania, but I don't hate it, I'll tell you that. And do we use this or not? I think we wait. See what the opponent does here. Because if they just attack with Glissa, I think we kind of just let them have Glissa, right? So we're just say, if you want it, you got it. Opponent does not want to got it, so that's fine. Uh-oh, we're going to try to kill something here? Oh, you're going to bushwhack. Alright, cool. I mean, now I get choices. Could get our own Shieldred. Nice. I'll take that. I don't think they realized that our creature had Deathtouch that they chose to fight there. How many lands do we have in the yard? Does Titania tells we have 2. We don't have an Argoth yet, though. I think I am going to go ahead and just play this. If we're going to try to start loading the graveyard, then I guess here we are.
I burn with power.
Let's do it. We'll take a Deeproot Wayfinder. Oh, actually, we got to 3 on Titania, so we'll wait. I was just thinking it's actually a possibility that we could have gotten the Willow Geist, then when Titania goes off, it would return the other lands from the graveyard. But again, we got to get Argoth first. Yeah, don't care. That comes through. All you. Draw a card, take 3. Nope, you're going to remove that and kill it? Great. It's not really part of our game plan right now. I'm alright with that.
The end. Yeah.
I totally don't hate it. Fellstinger, more Deathtouch things. Go figure. No exploit. And then another creature. I guess we're playing all Deathtouch things by the opponent. Alright, something to note. Looks like another bushwhack. Yep, like I thought. Makes sense. What do we want to do here then? Let's go here. So that'll have trample. They can kill it if they want. We'll still get some triggers here. So we will Get an Argoth. Awesome. It's exactly what we were looking for. And we'll just leave that on top. I'm not even going to get a land. So we can make sure we get that Shieldred that's on top. And you know what? I'm just going to go for it. Let's do it. Like, if the opponent gets us, they get us. But we're in for a penny, in for a pound. Let's go. Alright, attacking with a billion triggers if we want them, but we probably won't be using them all. We will take a Junji. Looks good. That can go in the yard. We'll get this, because that'll just go back to the graveyard, I suppose. Yeah, just all kinds of bonus action happening here. Get a forest. That can go in the graveyard. Same thing. Get the last basic out of the deck here. And I'm just going to play Junji as insurance. In case something weird happens. I mean, opponent would go to 1 if I played a Shieldred, but I assume 1 and 3 are the same thing when the board looks like this. Especially since we're getting big bad Titania if they let the board sit. Yeah, that's fine. Like, Junji comes over, Titania comes over. Like, this is all the juice. Yep, that's gonna more than do it. Okay. Sure, let's keep it. Let's see what we can do with these Wayfinders. Probably not much. Mono Red's going to have something to say about just a lowly 2-3. Definitely need some lands because 4 toughness things are actually really good. I wish I would have had that turn 1. But yeah, 4 toughness things are huge against Mono Red. Hopefully we can find one with an untapped land here this turn. Would help a lot, a lot. They didn't immediately kill the Wayfinder, so that's some good news. I mean, they might just be mulling over their options and they still end up killing it anyway. But we at least get a smidge of hope for just a second. Okay, not bad. We can block that. We love to see it. And we got our land. Fantastic. All right. Attacking. Opponent's not blocking. Ooh, will we put that in the yard? I think we do, because there is a world where if we're just putting everything in the yard, eventually just the Lorgoyf is cheap and worthwhile anyway, so that's fine. Alright, so now I put more bodies in the way the opponent has to deal with. I'm going to try not to get overconfident here, but we are at 18 life still going into turn 4, so not the worst thing. I mean, I think we're going to be blocking and trading here, would be my guess. Sounds about right. So we're going to take, I'm guessing, 3, and they're going to play with fire this Titania. Alright, there's the play with fire, as expected. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, I think we're still attacking. Put that in the yard. And then here, I think we go here and here. Just as is, it's a big 3-4 on its own. Not finding land, but I mean, we're loading other things into the graveyard that are helping just the same. Blocking with the Willowgeist would also get us a point of life as well. So it's not even just a straight chump block, which is pretty nice. Are starting to wear the opponent's cards down. Ooh, there's an Atsushi. That's going to come over the top. We may actually have to Terra Sunder the Atsushi, unfortunately. Not things you get to say all that often that matter, but it actually might here. And we're going to take at least 5, and that is no fun. Come on, deck. We needed land a long time ago. We can jump block with Titania if we were to get hard up here, but I'm kind of hoping we find something that puts lands in the yard so we can gain extra life, but we'll see. I have no clue what's about to go down right now. Oh, a Thundering Raiju. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. And a decision for the opponent. Does the Raiju even attack? If it does, where do you put the +1/+1? Because this could just be 6 damage. I mean, they can't attack with the Phoenix, so we could just jump block the Phoenix. That's bad for them. They don't want that. So, yeah, we're just going to double up here, I think, on the Raiju. If we block with 7... Hold on. Because I'm wondering if I need to even put Titania at risk, knowing that Titania plus Deep Root Wayfinder could possibly result in some life here. So, I'm going to do this. And let the opponent choose. Because there's more combinations where Titania plus Wayfinder or Wayfinder plus Geist or whatever could equal more life. Though, the first thing we probably end up needing to do is exile Atsushi. Alright, so that's what I thought. They got rid of the bigger creature, which does help us. Oh, Undead Butler. You're cute. Okay, I think we attack here. Knowing we have the Butler, we're just going to play anyway. If the opponent wants to block and do something to the Wayfinder, that's fine. That's burn damage. It didn't come at our face. But, yeah, we're pretty desperate. We sort of really want to land to be on top of the library here. Okay, that's huge. Alright. So we get a couple of triggers. We get some life gain. That is a big turnaround here. Alright, because we already know we have to use the Terra Sunder. Got more lands. Okay, so but we're up to 14 again. So not blocking with the Titania was very big last turn. Now we're not as worried about the Atsushi connecting here. We take that 4, we go to 10, opponent has 2 cards left. If they attack on the ground, we can block with Butler. Don't know what we'd really want to pick up out of the yard, but it's a thing. They do have a play with fire over there, which either hits us or kills the Willow Geist. I don't think we have a problem either way. I mean, Willow Geist gets us 2 life, and that's kind of its lot in life right now. Okay. And I guess that's what we're saying of, I dare you to block with it, but I'm going to block with it. Yeah, I think we just block here. Take 6. That dies. One of these dies. Yeah, we don't care which of these dies. So, like, yeah, it still seems fine. We're good with that. Titania Living, we know we have lands in the graveyard we can get back with Wayfinder. As a matter of fact, one of them is one that also gains life. So we should still be fine here. This is nowhere near being at risk. We actually have way more life coming than I think the opponent is aware of here. Almost to the point that I'm tempted just to attack with everything, believe it or not. Being at 10, because we're going to trigger, get 3. That's going to go back to the graveyard. Like, I guess we just leave back Butler, maybe? I mean, I guess I could have another Raiju. And that'd be a little unfortunate, but doesn't even remotely get us killed here. Yeah, might as well just leave it back for insurance purposes. Alright, Wayfinder. That goes to the graveyard, so there's 2 life. And then we get this back. Get some triggers. Alright. Get more life, get a forest. Go to 15. I think we just play the Takenuma here, because there's so many things in our graveyard already. Whoa! We already have a Takenuma in play, y'all. Yeah, we end the turn. Could play Shieldred there, which is a totally reasonable answer, but I think if we just get rid of Atsushi here, the opponent's roughly out of answers. Yeah, Squeed doesn't really bother us all that much here. Yep, we are going to get rid of this. And then now we'll block if, like, something happens to our creatures. Like, we're fine with that. Yep. Especially since we know we can play Shieldred and another Wayfinder next turn. We don't mind one bit. Titania's already gained us, like, 8 life and then some. So we feel like we have gotten plenty of value out of that. No concerns whatsoever. I am... Let's see. Yeah, I have 6 mana. We're going to go ahead and attack back. That can go to the yard. We're going to gain some more life. Get a forest. Play this. Play this. All right. I think we're all set now. Yep, that's going to do it. Good comeback. Ooh, this is not good. This is like the same hand, but worse. All right, I guess we'll... we just putting back a Shieldred? Man, that's rough. But, I mean, I guess we do what we gotta do. We'll find some other 2 and 3 mana things to play over the next 2 turns. Boy, are we going to need them. Like, really badly. Geist lives, that's something, right? I mean, that's a start. I mean, he's probably just dead. Sadly, the best thing we could do is, like, Rin and Realmbreaker minus it to get something back, which would trigger the Geist. But then they just haste into this and kill it. But I don't. Maybe we don't care about that. Like, let's do it. Right? Because if they kill both of these, and then we just play Shieldred, we know that's some level of burn or haste or whatever not coming at us. So, like, I guess that's fine. Though, the other part of that, too, is... let's just plus this. Like, I'm just thinking, like, the opponent's being a little shady here in what they want to actually do, and they keep highlighting our card. So while that is a reasonable plan, I think I'm just going to pass. And if they do have just a hasty thing, we can still block with Geist, gain a life, and then we just see what happens after that. Because this might be a situation of just Shieldred plus Warrior might just be too much. Now that they have that, though, some number of burn spells are actually going to matter. So let's go with... I think we still got to try to play Shieldred here. I mean, Shieldred's likely going to get 2 for 1 on some level, but, you know, let's take this Takenuma, I guess. Play Shieldred. Also could have played the... well, no, we already did. We already played a land for the turn. Alright. Okay, let's see what's up. I mean, they could have a couple of, like, you know, the 1 mana, deal 1 to everything, which will be 2, and then could, like, Lightning Strike Shieldred or something here. But if Shieldred lives, we get to have a good old time here. Commando Phase Kakazan. Not the card we were worried about here. Love to see it.
I am beyond your wrath.
Alright. Is this going to kill Shieldred? That does not kill Shieldred. At least not immediately. Like, could still eventually, but not right now. Okay. So there are some real things to think about here. We could make Shieldred a 6. I don't know what good that does us necessarily. But when it has 4 cards here, so I feel like almost everything is going to die. But, you know, if we have a chance to just be silly aggressive, let's just be silly aggressive. If we think we're going to lose some things, let's get the most we can and make them work for it, I guess. Alright, they go to 6. If things die here... ooh, we get the Priest? Or another Shieldred. Wow. Decisions. I think I'm just going to take a backup Shieldred, just as insurance. And and just say you're at 4. This will put you at 2, and then we'll just see what happens. And that was a heck of a pile of cards to choose from, though. They felt like they almost all had some bit of relevancy. Even the land, if we wanted to play, like, Lurgoyf, Kick It, play Deeproot Wayfinder or something. Alright. Opponent's still dead, right? Or am I missing something? My math says that's kind of still how this happens. And then we just attack with lots many? Yeah. Okay. I guess we've got red decks on lock. Oh man, alright, let's try it. Is this mono blue? If so, we're gonna have a bunch of things get countered. I'll let the games begin. Let's go with this. Because I'm surely this gets countered. Yep. And they didn't have a way to search or anything, so their hand, I was going to say, has to just be creatures and such here. Question now is... do we... I guess we try one of these. I don't think it's going to resolve, but we're going to try it anyway. Oh, it probably just gets bounced. Yeah, makes sense. Alright, Thirst. Finding the answers. Ooh, they are playing the version that's playing March and Negates. Ugh. Alright, well, we may just be dead anyway. Not a lot of options here. They already know we have this. This likely gets countered. No, let's see. They're going to go looking for a counter. Not to say they're not going to find one. Yep, makes sense. Okay. We're dead here. No need to play anymore. Ooh. You know what? Let's try it anyway. Gonna take a lot of damage here, but probably fine. Maybe we'll find one of the little 2-3 merfolk here. Nope, we did not. And that card doesn't help all that much, actually. Alright, I think I'm just going to attack. I'm going to go ahead and play this. Why not? Actually, you know what? That's just silly. We're not going to play that. I started to, but I don't even have a way to get extra things in the graveyard if I thought about it, so wouldn't be gaining much there. Now we're just hoping the opponent doesn't have a Rafine here, but they almost always have a Rafine, so that's a little sad. But we do what we got to do. No attacks. And here's the myth, the man, the legend, Rafine. That's an interesting card. I think we play this. And I'm going to put the counter... do I put the counter on Titania and try to attack here? Yeah, this is probably just trying too hard, honestly. But I'm going to do it anyway. Because, I mean, if they don't block, we get to see some stuff, maybe find a reasonable answer. I don't know. Hey, you know, Shieldred's alright. You're a card. I mean, now they know we have a Shieldred, so that's a problem in and of itself, but we'll worry about that when we cross that bridge. And opponent scoops. Love it. Now, I'm trying to, on some level, think about why would the opponent have conceded there, but it might just be the simple fact that they don't have a way to deal with the Shieldred. You know, like, if we play that, now they can never attack with their Rafine without taking a bunch of damage. These actually don't block profitably against these, and this is going to let me start seeing extra stuff. They don't know I have Riveteer's Overlook, so an attack there doesn't even really benefit them, because if they are putting counters on those, like, okay, they get through one time, but then I'm still attacking with bigger bodies, and one of them has trample. So while that started to look kind of rough, I guess their hand just wasn't that good. Because they could have had a Shieldred of their own, and then that would have turned things around too, because now we're just neutralizing the life loss, life gain. But yeah, sometimes you get lucky. Ooh, boy. Wow. I guess we have to keep this. Yeah, that didn't change too much for me. Sad, but this hand might just be too clunky and slow to get us where it needs to go. Hope not, honestly, but we'll see. I guess if either way, we're only going to get to play a Willow Geist. I think we go ahead and just do that. This must just be a Liliana hand. It's not true. I guess it could be Werewolf. Oh, not even Werewolf. It's a Flesh Gorger. It was the third option. Go figure. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and target that. If they play Shieldred, maybe we get to block Shieldred with, like, Undead Butler or something and then trigger these Willow guys. It's probably all we can do. But we do get to at least play 2 things next turn. Oh. Archery on the Dross. That's not happy for us. No attacks. Alright, they don't seem to have normal removal here, so that's good. So we'll at least gain enough life to not outright die to the Dross, I think. Still could use some help. But that's going to pump up our Willow Geist. Willow Geist is such cool, weird interactions against Trespassers. I really dig it. Alright, so we do that. We do this. Put this on here. Attack. Attack? I'm trying to think if I could die. Let's see, 6-9. They would kill 2 things, but they would have to kill those, not those, because then we gain life. I think this is okay. Alright, we get to see 3 cards. Ooh, what's in our graveyard? Nothing, just a land. That's what I thought. Okay. Then I think we still do this. It's still a +1. Alright, we could still die here. I mean, 2 attacks and kill a creature that's not a Willow Geist, and we would be dead. Uh-oh. Are they thinking about... Okay, they're just going to pump here. Alright, that's fine. And then eventually give it Deathtouch? Yeah, sure. We're okay with that. Oh, please attack so I can block with the Willow Geist. Like, I so badly wanted that. I don't even think the opponent knows how bad I wanted that, but boy, did we. So now the opponent's at 8, right? We attack, 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 attack. They block 2. One of them, which will be Shieldred, getting blocked here, obviously. This probably gets blocked. We deal 6, they go to 2. But then I lose 2 creatures. So then I'm at 6 and that kills us. So we don't like that. We don't like that option. So what's our other play here where we don't outright die? Or is there one? Maybe we have to just play this, attack with just Willow Geist. I'm wondering if that's the play here. Or attack with 2 Willow Geists so we just gain enough life. I kind of hate it, because this uses up so much of our mana. We don't really have a play, even if we find something off of the Willow Geist. Or off the... Yeah, we can't even attack with the Doomscar Warrior, actually. That's rough. I don't even think we have a good attack here, y'all. Yeah, I think we just do this. Put a counter on a Willow Geist and hope for the best. Because if they have a way to kill a creature, we're just dead. Because, yeah, otherwise, they block these 2, take 6. Well, this would trample for 1. That's only 7, though. God, they have, like, just the right creatures so that this is bad. I'm trying to think if there's any other thing we can do here, but I just don't think there is. That sucks. Yeah. Wow, that was so close. I feel like I missed something there. I feel like there was one more point to be had there that I just couldn't get. I guess if I attack with both Willow Geist, that's what I should have done. Because if one Willow Geist dies, they have to block at least one or they'd have died to Shieldred. That's what I missed. That was obvious. This is what I get for recording after having a long day. But yeah, that was the play. Attack with both Willow Geist. Opponent would have went to 2, and then they would have died to Shieldred. So they would have had to block, which would have gained us 3 life. Would have made it harder for them to kill us with the Archfiend. But now I don't think we die to Archfiend. Yeah, now we're good. If they're all out attacking, we're fine now. And our Willow Geist are going to be even bigger. Yep, cool. Yeah, I definitely made a mistake there, but still got away with one. Fortunately, because we did actually have Willow Geist in that scenario. But realistically, Willow Geist did their job. They should have got in there attacked. 1 gets blocked, moves us to 13. Then we don't care that much that this is attacking, and we still have other blockers that would have been safe. So, yeah, a little bit of a tough one there, but not too bad. We'll still take the win. Sure, why not? We'll see how silly this ends up being. This is a pretty bad hand, though. Do. The opponent is the real Val Venus, an old wrestling throwback. That feels like one of those ones that, like, if you know, you know. Sure, we'll auto pay. And, you know, I'll attack and trade for one of them if opponent wants to. Their creature's probably better than ours here. Also puts a thing in the graveyard and sets up a little bit of a better Lorgoyf here. Potentially. Hey, awesome. Love to see it. Okay, let's go for it. Let's kick it. Alright, found 1 creature, got a 3/4. That's something. Not sure it's necessarily going to live, but it's something. Alright, let's play this. Put the counter there. Attack. Get to look at 4 cards. Ooh, I guess we just take another Goyf here, right? I mean, no need to get too fancy. I mean, this is just keep the pressure and make the opponent deal with all your things. So when a creature you control dies... Sure. Sounds good. Yeah, because here, if the opponent's creatures don't block, I mean, we just get to see a whole bunch of bonus cards. That seems great. And I ain't mad about it. Let's go. Alright. Jadar finally said, gotta get in there. Probably means they have another Jadar, if I were guessing. Oh, yep, that'll do. That'll do. I was gonna debate what to pick up, but nah. Because I was just gonna play straight up Rin and Realmbreaker and the Lorgoyf here, but looks like these were better options. Yeah, if they didn't spend some amount of money to kill Shieldred there, we're in pretty good shape. Yep, that's gonna do it. Yeah, so one of the interesting things here about this list is the only thing I really felt while playing it is that it kind of needed a couple more removal, right? Whether that's 2 more Terra Sunder, I mean 2 more, you can only have 4, but like another Terra Sunder and like a Go for the Throat or whatever, maybe just 2 Go for the Throats. Because it felt like there were a couple of spots where, man, if we just had 1 more removal, I think it would have been pretty good. And even just to deal with some of the aggro stuff early, having that removal is pretty nice. Otherwise, the deck actually worked, but one thing you kind of have to remember about these type of decks is that you need all these different parts to do what they're trying to do. But I'm willing to cut 1 Seed of Hope, even though it is taking away some early plays that the deck has, and probably even 1 Ren and Realmbreaker. While it was nice, it didn't do a ton, but getting stuff in the graveyard did matter. But I think if we do that, we can play 2 Go for the Throats and I think that makes the deck feel just a little bit better. And I think we could roll with that and not be too upset. So I think the final version should look like 2 Seed of Hope, 4 Willowgeist, 2 Go for a Throat, 2 Undead Butler, 4 Deeproot, Wayfinder, 3 Terra Sunder, 4 Lorgoyf, 1 Braids, the Arisen Knight, 3 Titania, Voice of Gaia, 2 Ren and Realmbreaker, 3 Shieldred, 3 Doomscar, 2 Archpriest of Shadows, 1 Junji, 2 Swamp, 2 Takenuma, 3 Argoth, 2 Beseju, 4 Forest, 4 Deathcap Glade, 4 Llanowar Waste, 2 Plaza of Heroes, 2 Riveteer's Overlook. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier in this video, but I probably am not including any of the matches with Rakdos because I'm assuming a lot of those decks or cards in those decks are going to be on the ban list as this goes live on Monday. So you probably wouldn't gain anything from those matchups. So that is what it is. Beyond that, I think this is pretty good, though you can end up with some quirky draws, and obviously playing against something like Farewell, where they just remove the graveyard, not great for us. And if you're playing against something that's heavy on counters, because you can get some slower draws that are a little bit clunky that need to build up over 4 or 5 turns. Outside of that, though, we did have a good game against most deck types, did do well against mono red, hung with the other aggro stuff, even fought other mid-rangey things, so not too upset about the play overall, and it was actually a lot of fun. And now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Cavalier of Night. Not so much to talk about this Cavalier itself, though it is an actually good card and can kill something when it comes into play and return something after it dies, which is pretty fantastic. And it goes for over $10, which is also nice. The thing about this is this whole series of cards ended up being pretty good out of that set. Now, while they only got moderate play in Standard, though the green one got a lot of play and the red one was in a particular deck that did well, we really didn't see so much of these cards, but they actually are really strong, really powerful, and great cards for a commander, which is probably one of the reasons they still carry the price tags that they do. And if you enjoyed today's deck because it was a build around a different thing, check out this whole like Sultai Planeswalkers deck we had. It actually is pretty fun and it might surprise you. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.